Do you feel overwhelmed by the number of ways to find a motivated seller that wants to sell their house at a discount? Well, my name's David Lecko, and I created the software DealMachine that's helped people close their very first real estate deal over 10,000 times in the past 7 years. So I know the biggest reason why people don't have success finding their deal quickly is because they hear about all the ways you could find deals. They try all of them, throw everything against the wall, see what sticks, but ultimately get burned out and spread their time and energy so thin, they haven't truly invested enough time into any certain strategy to finally get the result. So I'm going to break down the top 5 ways to find a motivated seller, and I'm going to give them to you in the order that you should approach them in. So if you're just starting out, the number one way is driving for dollars. Now, these are homes that are run down that you're going to drive around and look for, and ultimately write down the contact info, and then look up the owner and either door knock or reach out with mail or a text or cold call to see if they want an offer on their house. This is very helpful to them because these homes are in such disrepair. They wouldn't qualify for a normal buyer to come in and buy it with a loan. So if they need to sell their house quickly and you're the one they call, you could help them liquidate that within 30 days or less, which could be very helpful. And they're willing to give you a discount for that speed and convenience. A bonus is you get to learn your areas. And most really, really advanced investors may not be driving for dollars as much as you can because they could just spend dollars to reach them in more expensive ways. But you can actually drive around, find these lists. You'll have less competition. The number 2 way is to look at tax delinquent properties. So the county actually publishes this, and you can also get it inside of the DealMachine software. But in Indianapolis, there's 1 million residents and about 1,700 people that were tax delinquent in 2023 that have single-family homes. So I reached out, and it turned out there was somebody in Utah who bought 5 investment properties 2 years ago, but he hadn't had any success getting a contractor to actually fix it up. So he's kind of pulling his hair out, sold it to me, one of those properties for $20,000 less than he paid for it, plus he paid for the back taxes. So I was able to do a deal, help him out. And then I even recommended my contractor if he wanted to try that for some of his future deals. So great scenario where a high earner still took a loss on that property just to get rid of it. So this is a great motivated list, and it's free to get as well from the county. Number 3 is liens. So that's homeowners that maybe didn't pay their contractor to remodel their bathroom, and the contractor is saying, well, you didn't pay me, you can't sell that house unless giving me a portion of it first. So means they're in some type of financial trouble. This can be a great list to actually pull and get motivated sellers and help them out of a tough situation that they might be in. There's many types of liens. It could be maybe they didn't pay their federal taxes. Maybe their homeowners association needs them to pay dues. So those are 2 examples. The third thing is code violations. So this means that somebody maybe hasn't cut their grass and the city had to do it for them to keep the environment safe for their neighbors. And that's not cheap. Could cost $400 to cut a small lawn. So those bills add up. And if they're not taking care of their property, it means it's not rented out. They have a renter that's not cutting it, or they're just not paying attention. So this could be a great way for you to just unload a problem property for them and typically get a great price for that. The 4th way is pre-foreclosures. Again, all these lists are free, provided by your county in some type of format. Pre-foreclosure means they've actually not paid their mortgage payment. And in some states, that means they have 30 days before it's auctioned off after missing just one payment. Crazy, I know. So you could get the list in the courthouse. Often they're posted to a bulletin board. And then you could actually reverse drive for dollars. So it means you go to all those properties, knock on the door and say, hey guys, I just wanted to let you know you're on this list and we could help you save your credit. But most importantly, we could give you peace of mind that you can take money away and have a place to live instead of wondering, when is my house going to be auctioned? Will I be able to stay here next week? And so you can give them that certainty by driving around and seeing if they want to sell their house. And then the other one is, 5th one is probate. So that's if the owner has died with no will. Oftentimes these types of properties, they're going to be owned by the kids that have, 4 kids, and maybe they don't want to deal with a rental property or can't agree on what to do with it. So you can reach out and actually do those deals. And I give you these lists in this order because the simplest is, of course, driving for dollars when the owner's still living. And that's a list that you can find just by getting out there and looking. So you'll learn your area. That's the very first one. And the next ones are all free lists you can get from your county if you know where to look. And of course, we provide this all in the DealMachine app as well. If you got a lot out of this episode, I'd encourage you to start a 7-day free trial of DealMachine at DealMachine.com. Plus, you get around people who are on the same journey as you with our live masterclass call that's included in your 7-day free trial. So if you join, you'll be able to join our masterclass and be around others, get answers to your questions, and learn from expert real estate investors. There's nothing more than I would like to expand the number of people in this world who've got the freedom to give the kid the jacket that they really want, to be able to work a job without having to despise their boss or get irritated when their commissions get cut and have no power to quit because their expenses are higher and they can't afford to not have a job. I am so dedicated to this. We've done over 143 episodes of the DealMachine podcast in the last year, and it would mean the world for you to join our community and let us help you do that.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.